Welcome to Rich Reflections. This is our weekly guided reflection session where we're going to take about, 30 to 50 minutes out of our day to simply just think more intentionally about our own lives so that moving forward, we can be more clear in the direction we want to be headed. And the actions we want to take. But we'll start this session, how we do every session, and that's 5 minutes of breathing. Very simple. Sitting still is really the superpower of the 21st century, the way it's been a superpower for all of centuries. So I'm setting a timer for 5 minutes, and we want to sit kind of upright, if you can. We're just breathing in and breathing out. Don't worry about what happened today or yesterday or 5 minutes ago. We're just focusing on the breath. All right. That was 5 minutes of breathing. Heavenly. How was it for you? Was it easy? Was it difficult? We can all be at different stages. But what's important is that we take the time to do it. Something just like so simple like that can just change the trajectory of the day. All right. We'll start this session with the question we always do, and that's, what are we grateful for? Great place to start. I was thinking about, I'm in rural Wisconsin, and it's been cold. The previous 3 or 4 days have been around 0 degrees. Today was like 15 degrees, but there's some snow. And I really appreciated the sparkle and the dazzling from the snow when like light reflects off of it. I just found it so magical last night. Roads are really bad, but that sparkle, baby. If it's winter, I want there to just be snow. But according to meteorologist segment today, in Wisconsin, we have gotten half of our average snowfall, and we are about halfway through the winter. Meanwhile, it seems like the South is getting kind of record snow. And then we have the fires in Los Angeles, and you gotta kind of think, this is interesting. All right. What is something that we're celebrating? What's something over a duration that we chose to abstain from, or we're doing more of, more along the lines of habits that we can be cheerful and celebrate? For me, today was my first day. Today was my first coffee of 2025. I did 23 days of no caffeine. I started December 31st. Pulled the plug because I wanted today, January 23rd, for the reason that Michael Jordan's number is 23. So that's the significance of it. Today was my first coffee. So what's something for you, a habit that you've been working on, or to either get better at, or to reduce? What is that for you? And how would you celebrate that? Or what's something you want to do coming up? Yeah, this morning I did. I have an espresso maker, and what I'll do is I'll do like a double shot, and then in a mug, like a small mug, like maybe like a 10-ounce mug, and then I'll add hot water to it, Americano, and I drank it today, and it was like, buckle up. I had to like get a grip. Like, whoa, this is intense. It was like, I was so focused that I couldn't focus. Whoa, this is powerful. Heck of a drug, caffeine. I did caffeine. I didn't know caffeine for 30 days in July 2024. And that was a big deal for me because there wasn't one day in like 6 straight years that I didn't consume caffeine in the form of coffee. So it was like a big deal for me. I like psychologically really prepared for it. I scheduled more activities that are like nature oriented, being outside, working with hands, or low cognitive activities. And that first coffee back after 30 days was like rocket fuel. So that's what I imagine today it would be like. But my sleep was a little off. I was active pretty late at night. And whenever that happens, when I wake up, my body's it's just like a little off. And I was so excited to drink coffee that I couldn't sleep. I got poor sleep last night. I wouldn't say it wasn't rocket fuel necessarily today, but I wrote probably the most important thing that I've written. Perhaps it's like I wrote something monumental today in what I'm imagining. So that was good. I was very focused. What are we focused on right now? All right. So what in life is occupying our attention intentionally? Like in a good way, most likely. What are we intentionally placing at the forefront of our mind to be the center of what we give our mental energy and physical effort towards? Focus is a powerful thing. This last week I was reading As a Man Thinketh, James Allen. That's an outstanding book. If you're looking for books to get your mind on track, that's a good one. Really, really brief, really short. I feel like most profound books are not large. They don't contain a lot of filler material. They're pretty straightforward, to the point. But yeah, As a Man Thinketh, that's a really great one. I'm trying to think of what book I'm going to pick up next. Actually, I'll show you. All right, check this out. I released 2 books last week. Chicago Clarity and Paris Beauty. These are 2 of the most well-designed books I've ever held. Not just mine included. I'm really proud of how these turned out. And we just released 2 in one day. and I'm sitting on other ones. New York, Los Angeles, Miami, and Milwaukee. Yeah, check that out. It's so sick. It's so simple in its execution, but there's so much thought and skill that went into this. I'm really proud of this. So sick. So beautiful. So what is a project that you've worked on that you're most proud of? Look at this. Become clear before action. Velocity over speed. Let's focus on our similarities before our differences with others. Giving our time is kindness, and kindness is beautiful. Let's compliment others more. It'll give us practice in appreciating the details in life. Great book. Profound. This is my favorite size books. This is, I don't have the book around, The Spiritual Teachings of Ramana Maharishi. That book is the same size. So I measured that book to create this and went with the glossy cover. I love books like this because they're agile. You can take them anywhere, really, really light and profound. Again, going back to the filler material, like, these books are sneaky deep, you know? Not even sneaky, I guess. Look how sexy this is. Paris Beauty. Should be Paris sexiness. Yeah, so just like that. Published 2 more books. I'm really into publishing right now. And maybe I'll have some more notes on that later on. Something I'm really energized about. Been really focused on publishing, I would say. Writing, putting together thoughts in an organized way. But yeah, what's a project that that we've worked on that we're proud of? I can't stop holding these. I'm just like, yeah. I haven't done that with a book in a while. Probably my first book. I'm looking at this as much as when my first book was published, Almost Be Human. I'm just so proud of the execution. You know, there's so many little things that go into this that make this possible. From the influence of Andy Warhol to one little thing in Adobe Illustrator that I learned to do. You know, there's all these different elements of it. This is such a combination of so many wonderful things. We can be grateful now and always. Theory is limited. Test in real life. I love these notes. Nuance and Notes series. Each moment we decide whether we live in an artificial or natural world. Do we inspire ourselves? Take actions to ensure it. Chicago Clarity. For those who want clarity in their life. Do we inspire ourselves? That's our next question. And why? Why do we inspire ourselves? I've been working on more self-love recently. And what I mean by that is, like, well, one, I can be really hard on myself. I think that's something where if you're a person who doesn't really compare your life or what you're doing in life to other people, only in like your dreams and aspirations and where you want to go, you can tend to be quite demanding on yourself, ruthless, brutal. Nothing is ever enough, you know? And when you have that mentality, it can wear on you, right? To where you're having a sense of heaviness, you know, and approaching life like this kind of slog fest, whatever. And it affects the next actions that we take, right? If nothing is ever enough and we hate ourselves for not doing this or that, or, you know, we go into the next task or action with that on our minds a little bit, or at least in like the residue of it, and it bleeds into the next action. We don't want to do that. We want to be present. We want to, you know, and it affects how others then perceive you, because you carry it in your nonverbal communication, your body language, the tone of your voice, how you speak with others. And I'm trying to, with myself, is like, love myself more, you know? Now I take hot baths almost every day. It's like 0 degrees here, so I really enjoy Epsom salt baths, light a candle, some incense. It's my jam. But I don't consider that to be like a Band-Aid or like a solve-all. I've been practicing these affirmations. So I designed an affirmation for myself to better align with kind of those self-love principles, so that in everything I do throughout the day, I'm always focused on kind of this like positive nature in regards to my relationship with myself. And so I say it 25 times a day. And it's helpful. I gotta say, it's helpful. I also do these other statement every day. In every way, I'm getting better and better. I say that 20 times in the morning and 20 times at night, every day. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And I've seen throughout the last 2 or 3 months, maybe I started doing this like 4 months ago, but I can tell like the trajectory has been impactful. Because I think that again, it bleeds into the mindset, and the mind then is everything. It's all a matter of the mind. So let's ask ourselves that, like, do we do any affirmations? You know, do we practice any? Like for me, I created mine. Like I really focused on, what am I looking for? What do I need to hear? What do I feel about myself? And what do I want? Kind of asked myself those questions, came up with a statement, or I guess a few different sentences. Now repeat them 25 times a day. And for me, and maybe you're like this too, I don't care about I only care in effectiveness. If it works, and I don't care, you know? Yeah, we want what's effective. And there's a lot to like believing in something, believing and aligning that with focus, purpose. It's exciting. I shouldn't say exciting, energizing. I've removed the word excited out of my vocabulary, in place, and energized takes its place. Because I feel like energized is a little bit more in control, and excited is more like scattered all about, not in control. I learned that from this like French music producer, Louis Hoffman. In one of his music videos, he described that how, if I say that, oh, I'm giving you a car, it's across the street, you're so excited that you don't look both ways and you get struck by a car. Whereas, if you're energized, you're going to look both ways. That was one of the most fun shows I've been to lately, Louis Hoffman. That's my vein of music, like upbeat, dancey, groovy. We're having fun, celebrate life. The next show I'm going to actually is in Chicago on Saturday. L'Imperatrice, I don't know, French pop band. And I think it's fitting because I'm going to see, a Parisian band in Chicago to celebrate the publication of the Chicago and Paris books. It's not a coincidence. It's very intentional. I feel like it's going to be a great way to celebrate, and I'm just going to have fun, be with friends. Great time. I'm very energized for it. What's the next show you're going to? Or if you were to see live music, what's a band or an artist who you would like to go see? Yeah, I feel so empowered right now. It really feels like the road is clear and we can just put the foot to the gas pedal and go for it. I think that's a big thing in life. We want to, whatever we're pursuing or, the path that we're on, no one's really going to give it to us, hand it to us. We have to go out and we have to empower ourselves to go out and go do it. It's really important, right? And that helps too with confidence in yourself and the self-love thing and affirmations and belief. It's really important. It's so important. Thinking about some of my friends right now. They performed on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and I'm just proud of them. It's so cool. It's so cool to like, you're with your buddies and everybody's just grinding, and then you see it pay off in such a big way. It's just so rewarding, not only for the individuals directly involved, but like the whole kind of circle feels it. It permeates. That energy permeates through everything. And it's really special. Like, celebrate the success of friends. Celebrate the success of family. I think it's beautiful. And celebration can be not only in terms of or I should say success can be not only in terms of like society, but like what is important to that individual. If you know that individual really well, you know what's important to them. You know what they're pursuing, what their aim is, what their purpose is. You're aware of that, and it's cool to see them live it. So let's think about the last time you celebrated a friend's accomplishments. Or family. Yeah, it's awesome. Something I think about is, if I can find ways to be happy when it's -1 degrees where I am, when the weather's a little better, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be over the moon happy. I'm so energized for that. When the temperature is in the negatives, it's hard to like. Everything is harder. Everything is just harder, Yeah, I get why people live in warm areas. Now, I'm thinking about some warmer areas to visit, but currently, I step outside and like, you got to really prepare to even just step foot outside. I went for a walk in the woods today. It was awesome, fresh snow on the ground, and I'm following the footprints, the tracks of animals. And the woods itself looks so majestic. All the browns, the trees, and the white snow. It's just kind of bare. It's just cool. Can breathe. I shouted my affirmations in the woods, so all the animals could hear me. Yeah, it was pretty nice though today, 15 degrees. But Yeah, I was gonna smoke a cigar today too. I was ready to smoke a cigar at 11 a.m. today. I felt so good after drinking that first cup of coffee. I'm like, yes, I am on top of the world. uh, I think so. What I'm gonna do now, I think, with the coffee is, because during this time when I'm describing what I'm doing to people, um, you get a few different reactions. People who drink coffee are like, "You're insane." Other people that don't drink coffee are like, "Why don't you just not do it then? Like, why go back to it?" I'm like, well, I don't know if you really understand. It's such a, it's just so great, and as someone who's a writer and like writing books, actively finishing a novel, I'm gonna do revisions now on The Gate of Clouds, and then I'm gonna start the next novel. And then after I finish that novel, I think maybe what I'm thinking is like June. June, I think I'll like idle back from caffeine again and just continue to do that. So like focus on like sprints and projects. Because while it's difficult, or I want coffee or caffeine during the time that I'm not doing it, I feel that I can see better overall. Like I can kind of see what's happening, and I gain more clarity in like what I'm supposed to do next. So it's kind of like this. You got your head down, you're working, then you pull it back up, and then you identify like, oh, this is what we work on next, and then you go back down and you work on it, and so I think that's going to be my relationship with caffeine now and coffee. Like on the farm. On a tractor, you either go full throttle or you're an idle. There's no like in between. And what I found is that I don't like doing it like I can have coffee 5 days of the week, but not 2, or I do every other day. Like, nah. All right, we're going to start wrapping up here. What are we curious about recently? Follow your curiosity. Follow your curiosity, because when you do that, life becomes a lot more enjoyable. It becomes kind of like an adventure. And you're learning because you want to learn about this. You're curious about that. So let's go pursue that and learn. And then it will take you over here and then here. And then it's kind of like this just like magical adventure. It's a great journey. And life isn't redundant. It's not a slog. It's energizing. What are we energized for in the upcoming week? That's our last question. What are we energized for in the coming week? All right. Well, this has been an installment of Rich Reflections. Thank you for taking the time to give time to yourself. Think more about your life. Think about what's coming up. Think about your own actions and thoughts, and it's the best thing. It's really healthy. And especially when you do it habitually, over and over, it really energizes the mind and life. So thank you for being here. Inspire the future.